friend bacterial. Now do you like the name bacterial or would you rather be called phages or something else?
Either one. Bacteriophage refers to a virus that duplicates in a bacteria.
Very good. Now to a harder question. There is a rumor going around that you are not actually alive. Is this true?
No, I'm not alive because I cannot reproduce on my own. I have to use a host cell in order to reproduce.
So what are you composed of?
I'm supposedly composed of DNA and proteins.
But what specifically makes you a phage?
What makes me a phage is that I have the ability to infect a host cell and have the host cell use my DNA to make new phages.
Very, very insightful words from our very own phage. Thank you again for being with us. Before you leave, is there anyone you would like to thank?
I'd like to thank my parents, Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. If it wasn't for their experiment, I wouldn't be understood, and without them, I wouldn't be dead.
Well, thank you again, phage. That is all. Now welcome our next guest, DNA. Hello, DNA. Before we get into things, is there a name you like to go by?
Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. With regards to what I go by, my full name is deoxyribonucleic acid. My friends call me DNA for short.
What convinced Hasharians Chase your parents that you, rather than protein, are the genetic material of phage T2?
Parents were convinced by radioactively labeled phage DNA, but not labeled protein, which entered the host cell during infection and directed viruses and their creation.
What are you composed of?
I am composed of a sugar phosphate backbone, but I'm always with my friends. Adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. They call themselves the nitrogenous bases and are A, T, C, and G for short.
And your structure?
In regards to my structure, I have a double helix. This double helix consists of two DNA strands that wrap around each other and form a helical spiral.
Well, that is all the time we have for you, DNA. Hello, RNA. This seems to be a common question today, so before we begin, I would like to ask you, is there a particular name you like to go by?
Parents call me ribonucleic acid. Friends call me RNA, short. And ribo is different because the sugar is a ribose instead of a deoxyribose, like DNA. That's the big difference.
I'm glad you mentioned DNA. Can you tell us a bit about your structure compared to DNA?
Structure's the same as DNA. The only difference, well, there's two differences. That in DNA, the DNA has a thymine and a deoxyribose. When me, RNA, I have a uracil and a ribose.
Very good. Lastly, tell us what you are composed of.
Composed of four smaller nucleotide bases, A, G, C, and U. So adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil.
Well, everybody, that is the end of our show. I would like to give a big thanks to the stars of 10.1 and 2 phages, DNA and RNA. Thank you all for coming out. Get home safe.